viewers. Completely slipped my mind that I had not read out the Winter Core update for February. Apologies, it's a bit late. And as they say, it's a big one. Hello folks, and welcome to February. The days are getting longer. Spring is around the corner. Well, summer, autumn, something. Perhaps the most excitingly of all, we have a wide range of improvements and quality of life changes. I never quite understand that phrase. Releasing today as part of a large core update. So it released back about a week, 2 weeks ago, something like that. Which includes an open beta for Formation Designer for Steam players. You can expect to see improvements for Blackpool branches, Mantelbarn, Centro Regional Railway Class 323 and many more. Get a cup of your favourite beverage because this is a long read. Yes, it is. Core Update heading. Mods created for add-ons now work in the same way that core mods do. General improvement to brightness on PIS screens to be more visible, readable during both day and night. Fixed an issue where service names would extend outside the debriefing UI screens. Fixed an issue where medals for completed timetables, scenarios, and training modules didn't display correctly on the main menu. Fixes to journey mode. Continue options so that the option is consistently offered and works as intended. Fixed a crash with the Xbox S/X on Scenario Planner with multiple add-ons installed. Resuming a saved game using classic controls will no longer lock the screen. Minor memory performance improvements. Minor core performance improvements to slightly improve boot time and maintain stability, especially when in large freight yards and on larger routes. Various NPC passenger model improvements and fixes. Various localization changes. Could be slightly helpful to have some more information rather than just various, but anyway. Minimal HUD. Added an option to disable the traction lock icon. That's that hideous bright red thing that turns up at the top of the screen. It's huge if you're playing on a TV, so good riddance to you. The clock will now correctly be visible when standing. Minimal HUD will no longer display 44 kilometers before actual gameplay starts. Photo mode added an autofocus toggle. Fixed various issues with camera collisions when orbiting. Re-roam. Fixed an issue with the SD70 ACE display screen so the brakes can be cut in correctly, allowing the loco to be started. Fixed an issue preventing the MRCE and Displock 182 from moving. Fixed an issue where the DBBR 185.5 wouldn't move after spawning. Fixed an issue with the Class 47 and 52 wouldn't take power after spawning. Fixed an issue where the BR 146 wouldn't take power after spawning. It would be a whole lot easier to say 47, 52, 146, 182, 185, 187, etc. Anyway, fixed an issue on the Bakerloo line where players were unable to set the destination path for the full length of the route. Livery Designer. Improvement to ensure created liveries are appearing correctly in gameplay. Fixed an issue with the loco model not appearing when copying liveries. Fixed an issue where deleted liveries will continue to appear in UI options. Scoring. Adjustments to scoring thresholds to make achieving a platinum medal possible across many services and scenarios, and more in line with expectations. You need 90% of the maximum possible score. Added player assist notification to alert what systems need to be turned on to award the safety system bonus. Fixed an issue on the scoring breakdown where the added score was inconsistent to the total score awarded. Fixed an issue where the speeding penalty was not being correctly applied. Fixed an issue where activating safety systems midway through a route would award 0 points in the scoring breakdown. Fixed an issue where wiper penalties were being applied without it being raining due to weather settings. Known scoring issues. We're aware of some existing issues with scoring, which we intend to resolve in this patch, but weren't able to include, so we'd like to highlight these for you. Antelope Valley EMD F125 Training Introduction, unable to achieve Platinum. Vorarlberg Pickup Scenario, unable to achieve Platinum. Antelope Valley Services and Scenarios, too easy to achieve Platinum without safety systems enabled. Mantelbarn Getting the Cold Shoulder Scenario, too easy to achieve Platinum without safety systems enabled. PS4 only, score for using safety systems is set to 0 if you enable them after starting a scenario. Blackpool branches. Passengers no longer appeal at Lickfield Trent Valley in the scenario engineering a shunt as this station has engineering work going on. Moved markers at Salwick Goods Loop to be more forgiving to players. Moved stop location at Blackpool North to accommodate longer locomotives. Fixes timing errors on services 2J56, 2J54 and 2J52, where instructions were an hour early. Fixes to locomotive spawning in buffers if they were too long, which caused derailments in multiple services. Made the Class 31 drivable on the 3-coach consist and the mineral wagons on freight services. Fixed numbering so each Class 142 livery displays correct numbers for the error. Fixed an issue where service 2J52 would cause a derailment upon launch. Class 142 fixed an issue with the AI getting stuck trying to open doors. Implemented a manual gear hold shift in the cab of the 142. Class 47 changed font on vehicle numbering to be correct type. Fixed an issue on the Class 47 service 0Z25 where the player spawns at a faraway station. Midland Main Line fixed various spelling mistakes on signage and in text. Reduced number of high-rise buildings around Loughborough, Long Eaton and Derby stations to better represent the area. Removed a signal box from a yard behind Spondon Station. Fixed various posters at Derby Station to resolve flickering textures. Class 158. Gangways and cab gangway doors will now behave as expected on 4-car formations. Bernina Line, adjustments to fog variables to improve visuals and fine-tunability to fit the scenery better. Valleys will have less dense fog. Hills will have more dense fog. Carriages coupled behind Allegra EMU will correctly have the new rain effects on the windows. Passengers should now be lit by the interior passenger lights. Birmingham Cross City fixed no passengers spawning at Kings Norton or Gravelly Hill. Fixed an issue where Kings Norton and Lickfield City didn't show on the PIS. WMR Class 323 fixed an issue with headlight emissions. EWS Class 66 tweaks to textures, exterior body made redder, window glass glare reduced, and head-tail marker bulb textures made more yellow tinted. Centro Regional Railway Class 323. AWS and DVD audio now plays out of the PlayStation controller. Fixed duplicate journey mode services. Player can now interact with the MCBs in the PTS. Players can now interact with the guard panels in the PTS. Fixed a crash while loading Misty Morning scenario start scenario. Corrected introduction text on the Misty Morning start scenario. Fix incorrect AI headlight setup on the regional rescue scenario when the player passes an AI service at 12:09. Fixed assets with no texture in the engineering a shunt scenario. Fixed destination marker to correctly display 4 Oaks on the regional speed restriction scenario. Fixed an issue causing text messages to appear in the wrong location on the regional speed restriction scenario. Fixed 4 Oaks unloading not completing when late and taillights being on for the player consist. Shifted Hunslet interactable in cab so the TPWS isolation can be accessed more easily. Removed texture seam on Hunslet and fix issues with incorrect lighting. Added difficulty tags for all scenarios. Added emergency indicators in scenario D. Altered emergency indicator flash rate and increased emissives. Fixed an issue with headlight emissions. Fixed a texture issue on the PTS. In the livery editor, artifacts no longer appear when using decals, and a green trim around windows no longer appears. And Alert Valley fixed an issue where cars and vehicles can drive through trains on multiple crossings instead of stopping between Lancaster and Palmdale. Fixed an issue across multiple services where players couldn't achieve platinum medals. Metrolink Rotom cars will now correctly use air as appropriate. Fixed an issue with the brake application audio hiss not playing. Doors should correctly operate down the entire consist when paired with bi-level cars. Fixed a texture issue where the blue ribbon on the fireman's side was flickering constantly. Reduced the volume of passenger door beep audio inside the cab. Fixed an audio artifact in the running sounds. Metrolink F125 air valve will now open when the horn presses. Fixed various texture issues where labels are flickering constantly. Maintalbahn fixed a texture issue causing some buses to have vibrant emissive windows. Fixed an issue where service 44882 would cause a derailment upon launch. Fixed an issue on the on your bike scenario where the closed doors objective was automatically completed regardless of door status. Score breakdown is no longer missing in the debrief screen for the filling up scenario. Fixed an issue with the floating platform signs at Aschaffenburg station. BR642, parking brake buttons will now correctly apply the brakes. Configuration screen now displays the correct vehicle number 641001. PIS will display the correct information after reloading from a save. Player will no longer be able to climb up through a passenger door if it's closed. Fixed an issue where the VEDA speaker message on the left displays didn't disappear. Fixed an issue where moving the throttle would incorrectly reset the CIFA. Vorarlberg fixed a service on Rex 15599, which was blocked and incompletable. Cargo line, Volume 1, Petroleum. Adjustments to ensure the wheels of the TEA are aligned correctly, rotate as expected, and sit on the rails correctly. Wheels go round and round, apparently. Flying Scotsman fixed an issue in tutorials and scenarios where players couldn't achieve platinum medals. Sandpatch Grade fixed an issue on the train brakes theory tutorial where the set auto brake objective would not clear. Hopstreck Hamburg Lübeck fixed a missing medal showing the debriefing screen for the route introduction. Naverka Dresden fixed an issue where certain textures appear blurred on Xbox One and PS4 consoles. Great Western Express BR Class 43 HST upgraded windows to include new TSW4 rain effects. Fixed an issue where the front wipers wouldn't clear rain from the windows. Adjusted the bogie position and ride height of the HST so the bogey's in the right place. And that, folks, is why you should report bugs, because they do eventually get fixed. Alrighty, have fun, folks. As usual, read to you to improve the accessibility of the information. Chuck your comments down below. If you think something got missed out or you need a bit of info, let me know. Bye now.
We played a game.